I had a lot of people on set who really loved me and really took care of me.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 heartwarming behind-the-scenes cast stories. For this list, we'll be looking at the sweetest and most wholesome off-screen anecdotes from TV and movie productions. Do you have any other heartwarming behind-the-scenes stories to share? Warm all of our hearts by dropping them in the comments.
You know, they yell cut, and I go, like, are you okay, Jack?
Number 10, the friends who negotiated together. Friends. The 2021 Friends reunion uncovered plenty of revelations. For instance, at one time, Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer really thought that they could be each other's lobsters.
But so we just channeled all of our adoration and love for each other into Ross and Rachel.
However, our favourite behind-the-scenes story involves the entire cast. Indeed, they banded together and approached NBC about their salaries. They felt that as equals in the show, they deserved to be paid as such. Apparently for Aniston and Schwimmer, that meant taking less money at first, but clearly they were strongest as a group.
And I just won $1 million!
After all, the network wasn't going to fire the entire cast of their most popular show.
What's more important, your friends or money?
Friends?
Friends!
Their strategy paid off, and by season 9, each star reportedly earned $1 million per episode. Could your heart be any more warmed right now?
How much?
Well, close to...
Number 9, the pre-show ritual. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Audiences enjoyed plenty of musical moments across the 6 seasons of this classic 90s sitcom. However, music was also a big part of the cast's off-screen bonding experience. Will Smith would blast music, and everyone would gather in his dressing room to hype themselves up for that night's taping. The uplifting footage from the 2020 reunion special shows the cast dancing around, goofing off, and just having the best time.
You just start hearing music coming from Will's room booming, and you just start following like the Pied Piper.
You really get a sense of how tight they all must have been. Speaking of tight-knit bonds, James Avery coached Smith through that famous, heartbreaking scene. He saw Smith's potential and pushed him to do his best. We're not crying.
How come you don't want me, man?
Number 8, Natalie Wood's Christmas Spirit, Miracle on 34th Street. There's nothing more wholesome at Christmas than a kid getting excited over a Santa sighting. So imagine being about 8 years old and believing that jolly old Kris Kringle is your co-star.
What's your name?
Kris Kringle.
I'll bet you're in the first grade.
Second.
This was the case for Natalie Wood, who thought that Edmund Gwenn was the real deal while filming this holiday classic. Something about his beard and Santa suit made her believe the magic was true.
I guess you can't get it, huh?
I didn't say that. No. Well, it's a tall order, but I'll do my best.
This is funnier still when you consider that her character, Susan Walker, isn't the biggest believer in Santa at first. However, this meant that Wood's wonderment and joy throughout the film was authentic. Sadly, the illusion was shattered when Gwen came to the cast and crew after party looking like himself.
You must believe in Mr. Kringle and keep right on doing it. You must have faith in him.
But he didn't get me the... That doesn't make sense, Mommy.
Faith is believing in things when common sense tells you not to.
Huh?
Number 7, Love at the Airport, Love Actually. Another must-watch Christmas flick, Love Actually has an opening scene that never fails to hit us in the feels. Watching all those people reunite with family and friends is so sweet and likely leaves you welling up with every rewatch. Well, as it turns out, those moments are completely real. Cameras were set up and left rolling around Heathrow Airport's arrival area. When they captured a special moment they wanted to feature in the film, they'd go up to the individuals and request permission to use the footage.
Seems to me that love is everywhere. Often it's not particularly dignified or newsworthy, but it's always there.
The touching result really helped set the tone for the movie. About 18 years later, Heathrow Airport recreated the iconic scene to show people reuniting for the holidays after pandemic travel restrictions were loosened.
If you look for it, whatever life throws at us, you'll find that love really is all around.
Number 6. Manny Jacinto's thoughtful parting gift, The Good Place. In 2020, fans of The Good Place said a bittersweet farewell to the divine sitcom.
Funny story. Remember how I made you something and I thought I lost it because it wasn't in my pocket? Turns out it was in my other pocket.
And we apologise if you've just started to get over it, because this adorable behind-the-scenes story will have you reaching for the tissues. Remember how Manny Jacinto's character Jason surprises Darcy Carden's Janet with a necklace as a heartfelt gesture during their goodbye scene?
Looks good, not a girl.
Well, the cast gathered together to watch the final episode and celebrate their time together. While out, Jacinto told Carden that he had a present for her. He took her aside and revealed that he'd taken that very same necklace.
It was almost like we got married. I think we're married now.
Yeah, you got married.
And just like that, it became a token of their time together. Are your eyes swelling up? Don't say we didn't warn you. Number 5. Fred Astaire coached a tearful Debbie Reynolds, Singing in the Rain. You might have heard the story about how Gene Kelly worked a teenage Debbie Reynolds so hard that her feet bled while making Singin' in the Rain.
Good morning!
Rainbows are shining.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Bonjour.
But did you hear the one about how Fred Astaire comforted the young actress and coached her through the movie's dance demands? Reynolds was struggling, and Astaire discovered her sobbing under a piano. He reassured her and invited her to watch him in rehearsal so that she could see how grueling showbiz life can be, even for stars like him.
He was just sweating, turning red in the face, and after about an hour, he looked over and he said, "That's enough. You see how hard it is? It never gets easier."
Reynolds was so touched by the gesture, calling him the sweetest man. Needless to say, she held her own next to her co-stars and gave us one of the most iconic movie musical dances of all time. Number 4. Mara Wilson's surrogate family, Matilda. This 1996 classic was a staple of many childhoods and made us wish for telekinetic powers of our own.
I didn't do it.
Of course you didn't do it, you little twit.
But behind the scenes, life for the actress playing its young protagonist, Mara Wilson, had taken a dark turn. Her mother, Susie, had received a breast cancer diagnosis, so Wilson's on-screen parents, Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman, made sure to be there for her. They took her under their wings while her mum underwent treatment.
Danny and Rhea would take me to the theater to see a play, or to the movies, or to just hang out at their house, things like that.
Sadly, Susie passed away a few months after filming Wrapped, before the film's theatrical release. However, it was later revealed that DeVito had taken a rough cut of the project to the hospital so that Susie could watch it. That's one amazing co-star.
They dedicated the movie to my mother, and I'm so glad that they did that because my mother worked so hard and she loved that movie so much.
Number 3. Alan Rickman being an all-around sweetheart. Harry Potter franchise. Despite playing the mysterious anti-hero Severus Snape, Alan Rickman was a kind-hearted soul in reality.
Mr. Potter, our new celebrity.
According to Matthew Lewis, who portrayed Neville Longbottom, the late actor treated everyone as his equal.
Ridiculous!
There are so many heartwarming stories about Rickman, all of which paint him in a gracious and humble light. They range from looking out for his young castmates, holding on to a unflattering doodle by Rupert Grint, and showing little ones around the Harry Potter set. He even made a child with cancer's desire to shoot a scene a reality. In other words, it sounds like he knew how to make those around him feel seen. The great actor and all-around wonderful man is sorely missed.
After all this time. Always.
Number 2, Bill Skarsgard reassured his young co-stars. It. Even for an adult, Pennywise is the stuff of nightmares.
Do you want a balloon too, Georgie?
So imagine being a kid in constant close proximity to that terrifying clown. In an interview with his brother, Alexander, Bill Skarsgard shared how bizarre the experience was. It sounds like on the one hand, it was his job to scare these kids, but on the other hand, he noticed how genuinely frightened some of them were, and several even started crying mid-take.
I should get going now.
Without your bow? You don't want to lose it, Georgie.
The actor was somewhat startled by his impact on these young extras, so after they cut, he apologised and tried to reassure them that this was all just make-believe. As sweet as the story is, it might have been more comforting if he wasn't still dressed as the clown. Still, it's priceless.
This isn't real enough for you, Billy. I'm not real enough for you.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. James Gandolfini spreads his profits. The Sopranos. He learned he was the only one getting money from DVD sales, so he shared his cut with his castmates.
You got 5 days to give me my money. Come on.
Willy Wonka and Charlie bonded. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Actors Peter Ostrom and Gene Wilder would often split a chocolate bar at lunch.
Charlie. My boy. You won! You did it! You did it! I knew you would! I just knew you would!
The Cabaret storyline, Schitt's Creek. The actress behind Stevie, Emily Hampshire, had previously mentioned to Dan Levy that her dream role was Sally Bowles. Paris Hilton got support from the crew. House of Wax. The socialite was embarrassed to scream on set, so everyone did it with her. Emma Thompson took a stand over body image issues. Brideshead revisited. Upon overhearing a producer ask another actress to lose weight, she made it clear that she would quit if the behaviour persisted.
I act only as God directs.
Rubbish.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Robin Williams performed stand-up for Steven Spielberg, Schindler's List. Schindler's List is arguably one of Spielberg's greatest films, but given its heavy subject matter, it was also incredibly grueling to make.
Could have got more. I could have got more.
To cope with the intense weight of it all, the director is said to have watched a lot of Saturday Night Live alongside his co-workers. However, nothing lifted his spirits quite like receiving weekly phone calls from his old buddy, Robin Williams.
It's a privilege to be here in New York City!
The actor reportedly performed short stand-up routines and would simply hang up after receiving the biggest laugh. There are so many incredible stories about the late actor's kind-hearted nature. Still, something as simple as taking time out of his busy schedule to cheer up a friend really warms our hearts.
Tink, make my kids glow.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.